Another disturbing incident of public disorder has been caught on camera, this time involving a man, reportedly a recent arrival to the country, who can be seen hurling multiple glass bottles in a public area. Each bottle smashed dangerously close to people nearby, creating an obvious threat. A thrown glass bottle can easily cause serious injury, especially if it hits someone in the head, and anyone in the vicinity was clearly put at risk. We'll dive into this story in today's video, but before we get started, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Right now, only 12% of viewers are subscribed, so join the community and help us grow. What stands out just as much as the behavior itself is the complete absence of police or security during the incident. Bystanders looked uncertain about what to do, and the situation played out with no immediate intervention or attempt to restore order. Incidents like this feed a growing concern in many parts of Europe, that public spaces are becoming harder to manage and that disruptive behavior is being left unchecked. People expect swift action when someone endangers others in a busy public setting, no matter who the offender is. When nothing happens, when no authority steps in, it leaves communities feeling exposed and unsupported. Across numerous cities, episodes like this have become symbolic of a wider problem, the sense that disorder is appearing more frequently and responses are becoming slower or less effective. It's disheartening to see public safety compromised so openly, and it raises serious questions about how similar incidents can be prevented and how authorities can better protect the public. This video doesn't just show one man causing chaos, it highlights a deeper issue about control, enforcement, and the overall safety of shared spaces. Have a watch of this clip.
Israel خاين noch eine.
إسرائيل بتحكم ألمانيا. إسرائيل بتحكم ألمانيا.
And there you have it. That chaos unfolded right in the center of Paris. Bottles being thrown, people put in danger, and not a single police officer or security guard on the scene to bring it under control. It's shocking to watch, but the truth is, this isn't an isolated incident. Situations just like this are happening in towns and cities across the UK far more often than they should. People expect basic order in public spaces. They expect that when someone is causing a clear threat to others, there will be a quick response and consequences that actually mean something. But when incidents like this go unchecked, it creates a real sense that things are slipping, slowly but visibly. In other news, David Lammy's plans to reform Britain's justice system have been branded a grotesque infringement of our fundamental rights. Speaking to GB News, ex-Attorney General Sir Michael Ellis took aim at the proposal put forward by Justice Secretary, declaring any solution to the backlog has nothing to do with the jury. Defending his proposal, Mr. Lammy vowed to lay out a fast and fair justice plan that gives victims and survivors the swift justice they deserve. He wrote in the Telegraph, "Today I am calling time on the court's emergency that has left victims of the most serious crimes waiting years for justice and pushed the justice system to the brink of collapse. For many victims, justice delayed is often justice denied. This simply cannot go on. We must be bold." But criticizing the plans, Sir Michael said recently, "The fact of the matter is that this is another mastermind decision from David Lammy. The reason for the delays, the reason for the backlog in our court system has got nothing to do with juries, literally nothing to do with it. Juries will add a few hours to the average case, perhaps a day at most, for their deliberations in the average Crown Court jury trial, which lasts 2 or 3 days. Highlighting the real cause for the system's delay, he added, "What's causing years of delay are empty courts because of underfunding courtrooms that are not able to function because they are in dilapidated court buildings. Judges that aren't able to sit because there isn't the funding allocated to the judiciary to sit on various days, and the increasing complexity of court cases. Expressing his concern for the reforms, Sir Michael stated, "So what actually causes the delay is nothing to do with juries. If David Lammy actually bothered to ask anyone who works in the Crown Court system, they would perhaps find out that that's the case. So this is a grotesque infringement of our fundamental rights. Rights, by the way, that far predate the Human Rights Act and ECHR. How is it that this Labour government is able to say, well, we can't touch the ECHR because it's fundamental to the rule of law, and that's only been around for 2 or 3 decades, but they want to interfere with an 800-year-old principle of jury trials, and that isn't to do with the rule of law? Well, clearly they're talking nonsense." Declaring the proposal an irrational decision, the ex-Attorney General stressed the justice system is already suffering. He said, "There are unconscionable delays in the court system, that is true, and it shouldn't be the case that cases take years to arrive in court. That puts incredible stress on witnesses, it puts unfair stress on defendants, and all the rest of it. So justice delayed is justice denied. No one wants delays for 2, 3, 4 years, but it isn't anything to do with juries. Juries just add a few hours to the average case, maybe a day at most." He continued, "There are sometimes years before the police decide whether to charge someone. It can then be another couple of years before a case gets into court, partly because the Crown Prosecution Service are taking so long to decide to prosecute and to collate all of the evidence, so this really is an irrational decision from this government. Demanding an injection of common sense by the Labour government, Sir Michael concluded, about 95% of cases right now are heard by the magistrates anyway, but it's less than 5% that are in front of a jury. So that's not the reason for the delays. We've got empty courtrooms and we need an injection of common sense in many of these cases, and the juries do that in my experience. Without juries, they will get more convictions. And if they get more people found guilty, they're going to put more pressure on the prison estate, which is already breaking apart and collapsing under the strain of underinvestment. And so they'll be robbing Peter to pay Paul and are going to have to invest more money in the prison system to cater for more prisoners. So all around, this is absolutely the wrong decision. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.